Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nancy. In today's class, we're going to be learning how to make a simple pant trouser. The name of the fabric I use is called a crepe fabric and I made use of just 2 yards. So if this is something you're interested in learning, keep on watching and let's get started. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two, right side to right side facing each other, and this would be for just the front piece. So the first step is to draw the starting line, which is also referred to as the waistline for this pant. So now, since your waistband would be attached to this trouser, I'm going to be subtracting the waistband from the waist here. So I'm going to be subtracting 1.5 inch, and that is the reason I've placed 1.5 inch directly on my waistline. So still leaving the tape this way, I'll go ahead to mark my hip line. So my waist to my hip line is 9 inches. I marked it here. Now the next line I'll be marking is my crotch line, which is 12 inches. Now I'm going to go ahead to draw a straight line across all these points I marked. So now to get the tie line, I would place my tape from the crotch line to mark 4 inches, and then I'll draw a straight line across this point I marked. Now the next line is the hem line. That's the full length of my pants. So I'll place my tape from 1.5 inch on the waistline because of the waistband that would be added to the waist. So now I'll go ahead to mark my desired pant trouser length, which is 42 inches, and then I would add extra 2 inches folding allowance, which made it 44 inches altogether. So I'm going to go ahead to draw a straight line across the actual length and another straight line across the folding allowance line. So I'm going to go ahead to label the lines. This is the waistline, the hip line, the crotch line, and the thigh line. On the hip line, I would place my hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 1 inch. So I placed my tape measure from the center of the fold to mark my hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 1 inch, which is 11 inches. Now, this 11 inches, I'll be placing it on the crotch line as well and on the waistline to connect these 3 points together with a straight line. So now to get the crotch curve, I would place my tape from the center fold to mark this point here at the crotch. So I'm using this because the measurement I used on my hip is the same thing as crotch. So whatever you get, I got 11 inches. So I divided this 11 inches into 4. So I got 2.75. So I used my tape measure to do this. You can decide to use a calculator. So I placed my tape from this line directly on the crotch here to mark 2.75. And then I'll connect this new point into the straight line here with my curved ruler. So make sure that the curve isn't too deep. So adjust your ruler in such a way that the curve isn't too deep, just like you see me doing. Because when the curve is too deep, you would realize that the crotch will be folding or gathering fabric around the crotch area. Alright, now this pant trouser is a straight pant trouser, but it actually has a shape around the hip side. So to do this, I would place my tape on the waistline from this point to mark my waist measurement divided by 4 plus extra 1 inch. So once you've marked the measurement, the next step is to mark the waist dart. So for the purpose of the waist dart, I'll be adding extra 1 inch. Now I'll connect this point into my hip line using the curved ruler. So obviously you can see that it's already showing how the shape it's going to be by the side. So now on the tie line, I'm going to place my tie measurement divided by 2 plus extra 1 inch. So take note of that. The tie measurement is divided by 2 and I added extra 1 inch to that. Now I'll connect my tie measurement to meet the crotch. Once you've done this, the next step is to mark how wide you want the hem of your pants to be. So because it's a straight pants, I'll be working with the measurements I have on my thigh. This is 13.5 inches. I'll go ahead to mark 13.5 inches as well on the hem line to connect this new point to meet the thigh measurement. So this is basically how the front piece of your pants should be. Now I'll go ahead to cut it out. Kindly pay attention to the areas I'm cutting so you don't make any mistake. So now to mark my waist that I usually use my nipple to nipple measurement to achieve this. So my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 is 3.5 inches. I place my tape from the center of the crochet on the waistline to mark 3.5 inches plus extra half inch stitching allowance, which made it 4 inches altogether. I marked it here and went ahead to give it a notch so I can easily identify the point to which my dart would be. So now let's go ahead to make the back piece. For the back piece, I folded the fabric into two and I made sure that it's wider than the fold I used for the front piece. After this, I went ahead to place my front piece directly on the back piece, making sure that the back piece is a bit higher than the front piece, just like you see me doing. So now from the top of the waistline, I placed my tape measure to mark 1.5 inch. Now I would connect this 1.5 inch into the waist on the side, and I further extended this slant line all the way up to this point. So now I'm going to be adding allowances to the side of the pants. On the waist here, I'm going to mark 2 inches, and on the hip as well, I would be marking 2 inches. Now for the crotch, I am going to add extra 2.5 inches. If you're a plus size person, you should mark 3 inches. Now, once I've done that, I'll go ahead to connect all these points together. So you can connect this point, that's the first 3 points, with the straight part of your ruler first before connecting the last point with the curved side of your ruler, so it gives you the crotch curve for the back piece. So aside the fact that the pant is actually a straight pant, it's also a very free pant. So the measurement I marked on the crotch is 2.5 inches. I'll just go ahead to keep marking this 2.5 inches all the way down. So whatever measurements you added to your crotch for the back piece is what you're going to be marking all the way down to the hem of the trouser. Once you've done that, you go ahead to connect all the points together. So I'm basically done drafting out the back piece of my pant, and you can see how easy it is. So the next thing you're going to do is to cut out the back piece following the direction of the chalk. So guys, I forgot to cut out the little half inch I usually cut out on the center waist of the front piece of my trouser. But as we keep moving on, I'll show you guys how to go about it later. So for now, the next step is to use the darts for the front piece as a guide in marking the darts for the back piece of the pant. So I've done this here, and the next step is to start stitching the pieces together. This is the front piece. I'm going to go ahead to stitch the crotch curve by half of an inch, and I would also stitch the crotch curve for the back piece by half of an inch as well. So this is the front piece of my pant. I've gone ahead to stitch the crotch, and now the next thing I'm going to do is to secure the darts. From the point I marked for the darts, I'm going to be marking a dart length of 5 inches, and I'll head over to my sewing machine to stitch the dart by half of an inch following the direction of my finger. So I'm going to do the same thing on the second dart as well. For the back piece, I've gone ahead to stitch the crotch as well, and I'm also going to be marking a dart length of 5 inches, and I would head over to the sewing machine to stitch the darts by half of an inch as well. After stitching the darts, this is how it should be on the front piece, and this is how it should also be on the back piece. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to place the front piece of the pants directly on the back piece of the pants, right side to right side facing each other. Remember that the front piece of a pant is usually smaller than the back piece. So now I'm going to adjust the sides together here, making sure that they align, and then I would head over to my sewing machine to stitch the sides together by half of an inch, following the direction of my finger. Now for this other side, I'm going to align the sides together to pin them all the way down to the hem. So now this is where I want the side zipper to be. What I'm going to do is I'll place my tape from the waist here all the way down to mark 6 inches. So this would be the opening where the zipper would be attached to. From this point I mark 6 inches. I'll stitch all the way down to the hem, by half of an inch. So guys, I've gone ahead to stitch the sides together, and on this side I've stitched it as well, and this is the opening for the zipper. The next thing we're going to do is to align the crotch curve at the bottom together. That's the crotch curve, that's the joining for the front piece and the back piece. You place them together and then use a pin to hold them so it doesn't shift. And you head over to your sewing machine to stitch the leg opening here by half of an inch, following the direction of the chalk. So guys, after stitching, this is how it should be. Now remember that I told you I forgot to remove that half of an inch from the round waist of just the front piece. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pick the joining at the center of the front piece this way to hold the front piece into two, just like I've done here, so that I can be able to trim out that little piece from the center of the front waist. So I marked half of an inch and connected it to the top of the waistline for just the front piece. Please take note of that. Now I'm going to trim this out. So you should have done this in the beginning, but because I forgot, I decided to do it now before joining the waistband, because it's very very important you do this before joining the waistband. It will help you to reduce any form of bulginess that might want to appear at the center front of your pants. So you can see that it has helped in deepening the waist a little. Now the next step is to measure the round waist. So I'm going to use my tape measure to measure the waist starting from this opening all the way to the end of the other opening, and altogether I have 33 inches. So it simply means that the width of my waistband should be 33 inches. Now this is my waistband here. For the length I used 5 inches. So I went ahead to place a paper stay on the wrong side, and then for the width I marked 34 inches. It's better for it to be longer than for it to be shorter than the actual waist on the pants. Now I went ahead to fold the band into two, and then folded one edge of the band in by half of an inch. Once you've done this, you are going to go ahead to place this part of the waistband that wasn't folded. You place it on the wrong side of the waist of your pants this way, and then you go ahead to pin them together. So I'll go ahead to continue pinning the waistband to the waist of the pants all the way to the end. And after pinning, I'll head over to my sewing machine to stitch the waistband to the waist of the trouser by half of an inch. And after stitching, this is how it should be. Now the next thing is to attach an elastic band on the center back of the waist. So I flipped the trouser to the back piece. These two dots here, I'm going to use it as a guide in marking the point I want my elastic band to be. So the distance between these 2 points is 9 inches. Now I'm going to subtract 3 inches from that 9 inches, and that will be 6 inches. So I'm working with an elastic band of 6 inches in length. Now I'm going to pin the two ends of the elastic band on the points I marked. That's from one dart end to another. Make sure you are doing this on the waistband itself. So once you are done pinning the elastic, please do not stitch on your elastic yet. I'll show you guys how to go about the stitching. All you have to do is to fold the band into two in such a way that it covers the joining around the waist. Now you would follow through by stitching the edges of the band, following the direction of my finger. You keep stitching, and when you get to the back piece where you have the elastic band, you would stop stitching at this point where the dart is. You stop stitching here. So when you get to the first dart here where you pinned the elastic end, you are going to stitch upward, like you're going to make a stitch following direction of the chalk. Then you go down again to reverse, and then you continue stitching the edges of the waistband. While stitching, make sure you are drawing the elastic so that the edges of the waistband would be well relaxed. So those that are familiar with how to do this already knows that this is actually very easy to do. Just make sure you're stretching the waistband until you get to the other end of the waistband. So I've gotten to this end here. I'm going to take out the pin to hold the waistband at the top here so that I can be sure that this is where the end of the waistband is. So stitching on the edges, I'm going to stitch again directly on the waistband and reverse back down to the edges of the waist until I stitch to the end. So I was supposed to show you guys how to make this stitching with my sewing machine, but I mistakenly deleted that clip. But let me show you guys how to go about it again. So from direction of my finger, you can see that I kept stitching from the front, and when I got to the back, the first dart here, I went ahead to raise the machine footer, stitch it up, and reverse back down to the edges of the band. Then I stitched the edges of the band, and when I got to the other end, you can see I stretched out the elastic while I was stitching. And when I got to the other end, at this point, I raised the machine footer up to stitch upward and came down again. So guys, the next step is to fix the zipper to the zip opening here on the side. So I've gone ahead to fix the zipper, and this is how it should be. Now the final step is to fold the hem of the pants. So I'm just going to do that quickly so that we can mark the points we want to use as a guide in folding the hem of the pants. So the desired length of my pants is 42 inches, right? So I'm going to mark it here, and then I'll use this as a guide in folding the hem of the pants. So you can see it's very easy to do. I'm just going to repeat the same thing for the second leg opening, and then I would use my pressing iron to give it a quick press so that it stays intact. Now I would fold the edges in by half of an inch to stitch all around the leg opening, and I'll repeat the same stitching process for the second leg. So guys, I've gone ahead to stitch the hem of my pants, and this is the final outcome. Thank you for watching to the very end, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and also turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to be notified when I upload new tutorials. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next tutorial.